Okay, so the quad's back into the shop. I got a little bit more work to do on it. It's a 2011 Sportsman 500. Anyway, I did a little bit of updating on my quad bag slash out-of-town bag. Okay, to save time, I'm going to fast forward the unpacking of the bag. Okay, so that is a Life straw. It's for water purification. That is exactly what it looks like. It's ass wipe and it's loosely wrapped. I did not suck all the air out because that's something you might need to get to in a hurry. This is just a microfiber cloth, nothing in it. Wrapped super solid. Like, I mean, it's very big. Good for a towel for drying yourself off if you go swimming. That normally stays with these shorts. Tow rope, Energizer headlamp, which is a dual mode. So you got the red and you got the standard light. Tape, 22 Magnum, which this is 30 grain jacketed hollow points. This is my axe, which I actually can't remember who this one was made by. So sooner or later I am going to fill the handle with survival gear inside because it's actually hollow. Has been used quite a bit and sharpened quite a bit. The wires just so it doesn't fall apart in my bag. This is a rain / wind jacket. So I never wrap that up very tight because I use it all the time. So that should stay with the clothing. So if it starts pouring rain, I'll probably end up putting my dry clothing in this bag and switch to that stuff. I just got bug spray here, sunscreen, Magellan, GPS. That's why I got these spare batteries right here, which technically I should buy better batteries, I know. This is industrial, very thick garbage bags. This is only 2 garbage bags in here. Great for making raincoats. This here is just a compass. I know I went over some of this stuff with you guys, but I'm just going over it now a little bit better now that it's out of the box. This is my SOG Bowie knife, or not Bowie, I guess you could say. There's the model right there. This is just a cheap knife. It's not the high-end model. Now, it used to extend back here, but I ended up actually grinding it down because it barely fit in that bag. And I didn't want a chance ripping the bag. Put that sucker there. This is my K-bar. Fixed blade, leather wrapped handle. I'm sure you guys all seen these knives before. Don't want to cut myself trying to pull it out of here. Pretty sure it's made out of D2 steel if I remember right. I cannot remember. Very good knife. Cut down quite a few trees. Did a lot of camping with this sucker. The handle, you can see, is this leather wrapped. Nice grip. Other than that, snare wire is just galvanized wire. It's not stainless steel. I do got some stainless steel in there. Plan to upgrade this to stainless steel if I ever find it. This is just my mini mag light, LED. Takes AAA batteries. This one's a Rayovac, which takes C batteries, I think. I can't remember. I got actually a piece of flag tape in between the batteries, so I can't turn it on unless I take it apart. I do that because it just takes a push button switch and I never want to chance it turning on in the bag. 25 zip ties or so. Nice long. I had to use these a few times to hold axles on quads or hubs on quads when they fell off. Just a shitty mosquito net. This I found at Princess Auto. It's a Zippo branded barbecue starter. It takes up a lot of space, I know. But it's pretty hard to blow out. Also has a shitty low light built in here. I use this quite often. Of course, refillable. You can adjust the flame. primary, this is what I use for starting fires. Because all this gear, I do stop in camp quite often. Pull cord rope, I keep this in almost every bag, just in case I break some on a chainsaw. Just a shitty Ronson lighter. Timberline, D2 steel, just a cheap knife, already starting to rust. This is just a Smith & Wesson. This is actually one of the first knives I ever bought. So, this knife here I bought, oh, it would have been 10 years ago. This is when I started my online knife store. This is one of the first knives I ever bought. I remember ordering a couple dozen of them, so a little sentimental value too, because who I gave it to and how I got it back. Not in a good way. Person passed away. So, again, one of the very first knives I ever bought. So, which, I'm not going to get into any more details. Victory motorcycle gloves. Bought these when I bought my quad brand new. Use them almost every time I'm quadding, and they are holding up excellent. This is my Little Badger 22 Magnum. A little bit modified the way the stock is. The standard butt stock is missing, and I got 10 or 20 22 Magnum shells. I think there's 10 on each side, and that acts as the butt stock. I got just a decent red dot sight. So, never really did much shooting with this gun yet, so haven't had it the longest, but of course this paracord wrap on it. Mil spec paracord, same with the axe. And I think that's a 6x8 tarp. So, dragging some stuff back there with me. And now for what's in here. Maybe I'll set up the table to show you. This took almost an hour and a half to figure out how to fit everything in here. So, yeah, I'll set up the table for this. Okay, so this is, I think it was, yeah, Fire Maple. I bought this kettle at Princess Auto for 15 bucks. So it comes with a nice little bag. I actually haven't used it yet. Just kind of been sitting full of stuff. To be honest, the time I use this will probably be when it's an emergency because of how hard everything is packed in here. So this has to be, oh, that's probably, I would probably guess probably about 7 pounds. It's packed solid. I got tape wrapped around it here just to hold it shut, which I'll pop apart. And of course the tape left a sticky residue on it, which I kind of thought was going to happen. Doesn't surprise me. I could have technically wrapped it with nothing, but I just prefer to use tape, just kind of hold it a little bit better. Okay. So just, and this ain't titanium. I can't remember what it was. It might have been titanium, but I doubt it. Okay. So anyway, you can see how everything's packed in there. Really packed in there. Nothing is going to move. And I mean, it is packed solid. Okay. Let's start off by, now I'm not going to open each one of these because they're in Ziploc baggies and then taped shut. I can go by memory. This has 2 very thick surgical or just general purpose gloves, and then 4 lightweight gloves, or like you can see the thick ones are in the middle right there. So that's pretty much gloves just for emergency. Next right here is band-aids, butterfly stitches, alcohol swabs, lots of different band-aids, all kinds of different medical stuff. It's pretty much my little mini micro first aid kit. Next one here is, these are 2 tea light candles, which are those yellow ones. I can't even pronounce the name, but it's the ones to keep bugs away. So I actually find for some odd reason they burn a little bit longer than a normal tea light. Sure, you wouldn't want to cook on them or anything. I got 4 of these in there. The other ones look a little squished. A couple rides on the quad, they probably bounced around a little bit. Yeah, these ones are a little bit squished, but the thing is, these ones here, it's actually softer than a normal candle, so they'll actually bend and flex before they crack. So 4 tea light candles. Next is another Ronson lighter, which, oh, there you go. Okay, next is a little bag of 22 Magnum shells, which is wedged in here pretty good. which I'll get in a minute. I'll start with something different. Okay, so this here has, I think I got 5 kitchen catchers, just small garbage bags, good for putting rabbits and stuff like that. 4, I think they're 8" by 8" duct tape patches. Very handy for patching almost anything, clothing, you know, stuff like that. That here. Okay, start with this, I could get too easy enough. Kleenex. So yes, I could have wrapped this in tape, but it's emergency ass wipe, whatever. Don't know if I'd want to use that to wipe my ass, but yeah, just emergency. Got that there. Could also be used if you cut yourself. Now this here has 150 yards of 30-pound fishing line on the outside here. Plus I have 75 yards of 6-pound fishing line inside it. I got about 10 little round fishing weights, and I got about 15 hooks, a bunch of different fly fishing equipment. This is packed solid. Well, here one weight flying around, but I mean, I don't think I could fit much more in here. Probably, there has to be at least 20 hooks in here, and maybe 5 different lures, and a couple red devils, a couple, all kinds of fishing gear. So, next, if I could get it out of here, nope, I have to go back to the 22 Magnums. Right here is 22 Magnum. They're 50 grain 22 Magnum. There's a couple jacketed hollow point 40 grains mixed in here. It's kind of mud ammo, just stuff I had lying around. In a Ziploc baggie wrapped in tape. So, and if I remember right, there's 35 or 40 rounds here. Again, that's just for emergency kind of thing. This is stainless steel snare wire. This is proper stainless steel. I got it wrapped in tape. Again, the reason why everything's wrapped in tape is because I don't need metal bouncing around the inside of this and leaving metal shavings in here when I gotta go cook something in this pot. Okay, now this here is normal black tape with the center cardboard removed. Yeah, I know it could have been used for starting fires, but whatever. This is, I can't remember the name of this tape, but it's like a medical tape. Some people use it for wrapping on their firearms. It's actually what I wrapped on a 22 Little Badger stock. And it's great if you sprain an ankle because you can put tension on it. It's great if you cut yourself. I use it for almost pretty much everything. So, okay. Next, this is a sharpener, which is a little bit oversized. I could probably actually take it and cut this down. And it just has a lighter on this side, and so it's a sharpener and a lighter. I don't think there's really anything else in there. So again, waterproof Ziploc baggie and tape. This is my little Leatherman. It has a knife on it. It also has scissors, so, and again wrapped in tape just to try to keep it dry. Okay, Blistex for chapped lips. I got a motorcycle 520 chain link. I got about 15 cotter pins. I have a buck folding knife that has scissors and a few other things on it. Technically these should have been kind of separate, but I ended up taping them all together to kind of take up space. Oh, this is a little mini, well, not quite a mini crescent wrench, but it's a crescent wrench wrapped in tape. Never know when you're going to need that. As for tools, I do carry more tools with me. I'll show you after where I put them, but they stay in the front bin on the quad. Earplugs, chances are I'll never need those. I don't know why really I have them in here. Almost empty now, a few more items. If I can get them out of here. Small nails, maybe 1 inch, 1.25 nails. Some, I guess these are 2.5, 3-inch nails. I think there's 10 of each. Again, wrapped in tape. And this is a flask filled with rubbing alcohol. Good if you cut yourself. It's also great for starting fires. And that is everything. Now I'm going to have a fun time trying to get everything back in here because it took a while to figure it out. And yes, I probably could fit a bunch more little things like this. As for fire starters, I got 1 lighter here. And I got 1 lighter here, so I got 2 lighters in there. So I'm pretty good on that. I got 1 knife here, that's a big folding knife, and I got the little knife on here. So technically, this in itself is actually a mini survival kit. So no matter what, I had to put this pot for boiling water. This had to go in my quad. So I decided might as well fill it up with stuff. I originally was going to use it for holding toilet paper, but I'm like, no, I think I could fit some more stuff in there. So it's just, you know, great kettle, little spout here, out of the camera, nice lid. And sooner or later I will use this. I do have one that I do use currently, but it's not a part of this kit. It's a part of my camping gear. So it's camping slash backpacking gear. So this is very lightweight, tinny. So anyway, pop you guys off the tripod here. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of my quad gear. And no, that can of Coke I just opened, that's not a part of the kit. So anyway, time to put all this back in, and yeah. Might as well say a few more things here. Don't want to step on that knife behind. This front bin on the quad here, can't open it without doing that, but yeah, I filled that up with a bunch of random shit too. This quad here also has the back glove box that I normally have a tire repair kit, bottle of water, starter, fire starter, and bicycle pump, and the normally ass wipe, but I've been finding the ass wipe actually gets black mold from sitting in there, so I stopped. The reason why the quad's apart, exhaust right there has the exhaust donut is bad. It was leaking, don't need to start any fires. Had to fix the rear brake and just a couple little things. Just general service, then I'm kicking it back outside. So anyway, hope you guys liked the video. After that, I probably will do my backpacking bag, which is this guy right here. So it's Maxpedition Jumbo or Fat Boy. I can't remember what it's called. But I'll make a separate video on that within a day or two. Anyway, that's it. And sweet. And as for the items that I carry in the front there, a lot of them are actually out right now. But I carry a fire extinguisher, a small folding shovel, tools, just the basic tools. I don't get into much. No spare parts, nothing like that. Bottles of water, lots of water. Normally bags of jerky, stuff like that. Drinks. And yeah, that's pretty much what goes in the front. So, and other than that, everything else goes in the bag. So, and I am going to be putting my tow rope into the front bin, because I just decided there's really no point of having it in my 30-pound bag. Anyway, that is it. Okay, one more thing I thought I might as well say. Took me about 15 minutes to put everything back in there, but I did it. A little bit tight, a little bit tricky. The reason why I carry all this with me is because when I go quadding, I'm in a dead zone most of the time, which means no cell phone reception. And if my quad breaks down, I'd have to take what I want out of here and either walk to a main road or walk all the way back to my truck. To walk back to my truck could be, 40 kilometers. To walk to the main road, depending on what trail I'm down, could only be 5 to 10 kilometers. Now, to walk back to the main highway, that could be a day walk. So, it's kind of hard to say, but I'd rather have more stuff than I'd ever need with me. Because my plan is, if my quad breaks down, I'm fat, I'd probably just set up camp and just wait for someone to drive down the closest road I can find. So, anyway, just kind of thought I'd throw that in just in case you guys were wondering why I carry so much gear.